Hi, I'm Bob, and my prayer for you today is that you have a wonderful day. May I take a moment of your time and ask God to bless our day today? Here are three ways to make opportunities succeed. There was a woman who lived in London over a century ago. She worked as a maid and one evening went to hear a great speaker of her day. His speech moved her deeply and she waited to see him afterwards. How fine it must be to have had the opportunities you have had in life, she told him. My dear lady, he replied, have you never received an opportunity? Not me. I've never had a chance, she said. I peel onions and potatoes in my sister's house. And where do you sit? He asked. Why, on the bottom step in the kitchen, she looked puzzled. And where do you put your feet? On the floor, she answered, more puzzled. What is the floor? It is glazed brick. Then, he said, my dear lady, I want you to write me a letter about that brick. Against her protests about being a poor writer, he made her promise to complete the assignment. The next day, as she sat down to peel onions, she gazed at the brick floor. That evening, she pulled one brick loose, took it to a brick factory and asked the owner to explain to her how bricks were made. She learned that there were 120 different kinds of brick being produced in England at that time, and she spent every spare moment learning more. After months of study, she set out to write her letter as promised. She sent a 36-page document about the brick in her kitchen, and to her surprise, she received the letter back. Enclosed was payment for her research. He had published her letter, and along with the money came a new assignment. This time he asked her to write about what she found underneath the brick. For the first time in her life, she could hardly wait to get back to the kitchen. She pulled up the brick and there was an ant. She held it to her hand and examined it. That evening, she hurried to the library to study ants. Several months later, she wrote about her findings in a 350-page article. It, too, was eventually published. She soon quit her kitchen job to take up writing. Before she died, she had traveled to the lands of her dreams and experienced more than she had ever imagined possible. This is the woman who had never had a chance. So, number one, look at your surroundings itself for an opportunity. 2. Like the brick, price it loose and look at it in a new light. And 3. Work to make it succeed. Most of us wait for opportunities to come to us, whereas it's right there, waiting at our feet. Thank you, and before I sign off, I'd like to remind you to press subscribe on your YouTube so that you can hear me every single day. Thank you.